In the kingdom, where once sorrow lingered, now thrived joy and celebration. The union of Prince Leander and Alara, the Ashen Maiden turned beloved queen, marked a new era of prosperity and happiness. Their wedding, a grand festivity witnessed by all in the kingdom, was a testament to their enduring love and the triumph over the trials they faced. Queen Alara and King Leander ruled with kindness, wisdom, and a deep sense of justice. They transformed the kingdom into a haven of equality and compassion, where every citizen, regardless of status, was valued and respected. Alara, with her humble beginnings and gracious heart, connected deeply with her people, ensuring that no one endured the hardships she once faced. The castle, which once echoed with Alara's silent wishes, now resonated with her laughter and the joyful voices of the court. The garden, her refuge in times of sorrow, flourished under her care, becoming a symbol of hope and resilience. Alara's stepmother and stepsisters, witnessing the queen's benevolence and the love she shared with the king, sought forgiveness for their past cruelty. In her characteristic kindness, Alara forgave them, mending old wounds and teaching a lesson in forgiveness and redemption. The story of Alara, the Ashen Maiden who rose to be a beloved queen, and Prince Leander, who saw the beauty within, was passed down through generations. It became a cherished tale, reminding all of the transformative power of love, the strength of kindness, and the magic of new beginnings. In their reign, the kingdom experienced an era of peace and joy, a legacy that lasted for centuries, a true happy ending that continued to inspire and give hope. In the aftermath of the magical ball, Prince Leander was determined to find the mysterious maiden who had captivated his heart. Clutching the lone glass slipper, the only clue to her identity, he embarked on a quest across the kingdom. He visited every household, seeking the maiden whose foot would fit the delicate slipper. Meanwhile, Alara returned to her life of servitude, the memory of the ball a bittersweet dream. She kept the remaining glass slipper hidden, a secret reminder of the night she felt truly alive. Eventually, the prince's search led him to Alara's home. Her stepmother, eager for one of her own daughters to marry the prince, attempted to prevent Alara from trying on the slipper. However, destiny could not be denied. As Alara stepped forward and slipped her foot into the glass shoe, it fit perfectly, confirming her identity. The prince, overjoyed to have found his true love, recognized Alara's inner beauty and strength, qualities that had shone through even under her ashen disguise. Alara's stepmother and stepsisters looked on in disbelief, realizing their mistreatment of someone so noble and kind. Prince Leander and Alara returned to the castle, where they were welcomed with open arms. The king and queen, touched by their son's deep affection for Alara and her virtuous nature, readily gave their blessing. The kingdom rejoiced in the union of Prince Leander and Alara, celebrating their love that had triumphed over deceit and hardship. Their wedding was a grand affair, symbolizing not just their love, but the power of kindness, courage, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Under their benevolent rule, the kingdom flourished, and Alara, once known as the Ashen Maiden, became a beloved queen, remembered for her compassion and resilience. The story of their love became a timeless tale, a testament to the fact that true love sees beyond appearances and cherishes the beauty within. In a picturesque village nestled in the heart of a verdant kingdom, there lived a young girl named Alara. She was the daughter of a kind-hearted craftsman, known throughout the land for his exquisite woodwork. Her life was filled with joy and laughter until her mother's untimely passing left a void in their humble home. Seeking companionship, Alara's father remarried, bringing into their lives a stern stepmother and two envious stepsisters. While her father was away, attending to his craft in distant lands, Alara's life drastically changed. The stepmother, harboring no affection for Alara, burdened her with endless chores. Her once beautiful dresses were replaced with tattered rags, and her delicate hands, used for drawing and playing music, became rough from hard labor. Despite her harsh circumstances, Alara's spirit remained unbroken. She found solace in her late mother's garden, a place where she felt close to her memories. There, amidst the blooming flowers and singing birds, Alara would lose herself in daydreams, imagining a world far from her sorrows. Her only friend was a small bluebird named Lark, who brought her stories of the world beyond and sang songs that lifted her spirits. Alara's gentle nature and resilience shone like a beacon in her dreary life. She carried an air of grace and kindness, a stark contrast to the bitterness and greed that filled her home. Though her stepfamily sought to dim her light, Alara's hope and dreams remained undiminished, a silent rebellion against the cruelty she faced daily. Excitement buzzed through the kingdom as the king announced a grand ball to be held at the castle. It was not just any ball, it was a celebration where Prince Leander, the heir to the throne, hoped to find his future bride. The news stirred the hearts of maidens throughout the land, Alara's included. Alara's heart fluttered at the thought of attending the ball. She imagined dancing in the grand hall, a brief escape from her daily toils. Her imagination painted a night of enchantment, filled with music and laughter, a stark contrast to her life under the stern gaze of her stepmother. However, reality crashed down when her stepmother declared that only her own daughters would attend the ball. They gloated as they prepared their finest gowns and jewels, while Alara watched with a sinking heart. Her dream of attending the ball, even for just one magical evening, seemed to slip away. On the night of the ball, Alara helped her stepsisters ready themselves, her own hopes dashed. As they left with mocking smiles, Alara retreated to the solitude of the garden. Under the moonlight, she allowed herself to weep, mourning not just the lost opportunity to attend the ball but also the life of joy and freedom she once knew. In her despair, Alara was unaware that fate had other plans for her. The garden, a place of solace and memories, was about to become the stage for a magical intervention that would change her life forever. The night was still young, and the story of the Ashen Maiden was about to take an enchanted turn, one that would lead her to a destiny beyond her wildest dreams. In the moonlit garden where Alara wept, a gentle breeze began to swirl, carrying with it a soft, radiant light. From the midst of this luminescence emerged an enchanting figure, an elderly woman with kind eyes and a warm smile. She was the enchantress of the woods, guardian of the ancient magic that dwelled within the kingdom. Sensing Alara's pure heart weighed down by sorrow, the enchantress approached her. "Why do you weep, child?" she asked. Alara, surprised and awestruck, shared her longing to attend the ball and her life of hardship. The enchantress, moved by Alara's story, decided to aid her. With a wave of her wand, she transformed the garden around them into a scene of wonder. Alara's tattered dress metamorphosed into a gown of shimmering silver, rivaling the stars above. Her ashen hair now flowed like silk, adorned with jewels that glittered in the night. On her feet appeared delicate glass slippers, capturing the essence of the moonlight. "To the ball you shall go," declared the enchantress. "But remember, at the stroke of midnight, the magic will fade. You must return before then." A carriage of moonbeams and dreams appeared, drawn by horses that glowed with an ethereal light. Alara, now the embodiment of elegance and grace, stepped into the carriage, her heart brimming with gratitude and newfound hope. As the carriage whisked her away to the castle, Alara felt as if she were in a dream. Yet, the reality was more magical than any dream she had ever known. The night held promises and enchantments, and for the first time in many years, Alara looked forward to the future, her spirit dancing with the possibilities that lay ahead. Alara arrived at the castle ball in her moonbeam carriage, a vision of splendor that captured the attention of all. As she stepped out, a hush fell over the crowd. Her radiant appearance, so starkly different from the ashen figure she was at home, left the guests in awe. Even her stepmother and stepsisters, who were among the attendees, did not recognize her. The prince, Prince Leander, was immediately captivated by Alara's grace and the kindness that shone in her eyes. He approached her, extending an invitation to dance. As they waltzed across the grand hall, Alara felt as though she was floating on air, her heart fluttering with a joy long forgotten. The hours slipped by like minutes as Alara and Prince Leander danced and conversed, lost in their own world. They shared laughs and stories, finding a deep, unexpected connection. The prince was enchanted not only by her beauty but by her wit, humility, and the genuine warmth she radiated. As the clock neared midnight, Alara's heart grew heavy with the knowledge that the enchantment would soon end. She wished the night could last forever, but the enchantress's warning echoed in her mind. With a heavy heart and one last longing look at the prince, Alara fled from the ball, her glass slippers lightly tapping against the marble floors. In her haste, she lost one of her glass slippers on the castle steps. She reached her carriage just as the clock struck 12, and as the final chime rang out, the magic dissipated. The carriage transformed back into a pumpkin, her gown into rags, but the glass slipper she left behind remained, a solitary testament to the magical night. Alara returned home unnoticed, her heart a mix of sadness and joy. She treasured every moment of the enchanting evening, not knowing that the lost slipper would soon change her life forever. The prince, determined to find the mysterious maiden who had stolen his heart, picked up the glass slipper, setting in motion events that would reunite them in a destiny written in the stars.